The air in the dining room grew thick as honey, each breath a conscious effort. Silverware stilled against fine china when Luna rose, her champagne flute catching the light like a shard of ice. A toast, she announced, voice trembling with poorly concealed triumph. I'm carrying a child and the father is my brother. Silence fell like a guillotine. Then came the splash, a crimson arc of Cabernet Sauvignon that drenched Luna's blonde hair and white dress. Grace stood shaking, the empty glass still clutched in her hand. Say it again, she whispered, the words slicing through the stunned quiet. Marcus was on his feet instantly, hands fluttering like panicked birds. Grace, darling, don't, it's just her wretched sense of humor, his eyes pleaded as he tried to guide her back to her seat. Luna's joking, aren't you, Luna? Apologize to your sister-in-law this instant. Tears traced paths through the wine on Luna's cheeks. Her delicate frame quaked as she murmured, yes, only a joke, forgive me, sister-in-law, but her eyes, wide and unblinking, told the true story. Across the table, Robert and Eleanor exchanged frantic glances. Grace, dear, Eleanor began, voice artificially light, you mustn't upset yourself. Our Luna was always spoiled rotten. Why, I'm to blame really. She reached for her husband's hand. Whenever we brought her to visit as a girl, we'd joke that she was Marcus's childhood betrothed. Grace said nothing. The lie hung in the air, thicker than the scent of spilled wine. She heard it so often, she just got used to joking about it. Uncle lit a cigarette, his gaze sweeping over Luna, then immediately put it out, a forced smile on his face. Yes, when they were little, they even slept in the same bed and grew up as thick as thieves. This joke has been going on for over 10 years. Marcus suddenly got married and Luna just hasn't gotten used to it yet. The little girl just likes to liven up the atmosphere at the dinner table. Don't take it to heart. Marcus didn't take it seriously, chuckling indifferently when was playing house as a child. She'd also insist on me being the groom and always called Robert and Ella Laner an aunt. I used to tell her off, but she wouldn't listen. Now look, your sister-in-law misunderstood, didn't she? Luna, don't make such jokes anymore. What's this about not believing in marriage? How old are you? What do you know about not wanting to get married? His hand rested casually on the table's edge, but he didn't forget to offer Luna a tissue. Sister-in-law, I know I was wrong. I won't say it again. It's all my fault for not getting used to my brother being married. I promise it won't happen next time. My nails dug hard into my palm as my gaze dropped. My eyes swept over something poking out of her bag, bearing an official hospital seal. She clearly wasn't joking. Oh, really? Well, I have a surprise for everyone, too. I'm pregnant as well. I smiled faintly, the warmth not reaching my eyes. Marcus froze, disbelief etched on his face. What? How is that possible? When did this happen? Why didn't you tell me? I blinked innocently. It's not your baby. Why should I tell you? I also met a kind person. He knew I hadn't had children in 2 years of marriage, so he helped me out. Young men are truly robust. It worked on the first try. Marcus, next time come with me to thank him. We can't let him do all that work for nothing. Marcus instantly exploded in rage, standing up and splashing wine all over my face. Grace, do you know what you're saying? You're making me cuckold. Robert and Eleanor's faces were filled with tense anticipation for an answer. Wine dripped down my hair and into my collar, and I laughed even more wildly. What is your sister allowed to joke and liven things up? But I'm not. We both relied on kind people for help. Mine was even a stranger. Shouldn't I be even more grateful? Marcus seized my wrist. Are you sure that's a joke? We're going to St. Jude's Hospital to check right now. He urgently pulled me toward the door, but I stopped, my face icy. See, when the fire wasn't burning him, he could always make passive aggressive remarks. It turned out he couldn't tolerate betrayal either. Aunt clutched her chest, quickly taking her medicine. You scared me to death, Grace, you have no sense of propriety. I looked back at her seriously. Luna talks like that, too, doesn't she? I thought that was a tradition at Robert and Ella Laner's dinner table. Uncle instantly couldn't sit still. How old is Luna? She's your sister-in-law. You're the elder. What kind of talk is that? Are you determined to infuriate us to death before you're satisfied? Marcus finally calmed down. Grace apologized to Robert and Ella Laner and Luna. I stared coldly at him. No, I don't feel I did anything wrong when said it. You didn't react. I thought you liked it that way. My gaze swept over their faces, and I didn't want to stay there for another second. Turning to leave, Marcus held me back persistently. Grace, this is Robert and Eleanor's family dinner. Try leaving if you dare. Luna is my sister. How can you be like her? Yes, Luna was his sister. That's why she could wear my wedding dress at the wedding, charmingly excusing it as being thoughtless, just playing around. She was his sister, so she could brazenly sleep in their marital bed, claiming it was a tradition to accumulate blessings just because she was his sister. I had to tolerate her constantly. She joked that I was a worn-out wife and I had to tolerate it. She made passive-aggressive remarks about my age and I had to tolerate it. After 2 years of marriage, I couldn't count how many times I had endured her. Now, I didn't want to tolerate it for another moment. I said coldly, Marcus, let's end this. Chapter 2. Marcus was stunned, not reacting for a moment even, and Eleanor panicked. Luna quickly stepped forward, taking my arm and trying to appease me. Sister-in-law, I know you're just saying that out of anger. We've only been married 2 years, still in the honeymoon phase. Why talk about divorce? It's all my fault. I know I was wrong. I won't say it again. Okay, blame me after so many years. I still like to rely on my brother. I'm the one who lacked propriety. She pulled me with one hand and tugged Marcus towards me with the other. Brother, quickly comfort your sister-in-law. Don't let her actually get pregnant or you'll be too late to cry. What? Do you really want me to be betrothed from childhood? I don't want to get married. She kept exchanging glances with Marcus. The next second, Marcus gave an okay. Grace, I was wrong. I shouldn't have said harsh words to you. Shouldn't have doubted you. Stop acting out. Just do it for me, okay? Robert and Ella Laner are still watching. I stared at his anxious and perfunctory expression and suddenly I laughed. He even needed Luna's permission to apologize and comfort me. See, this is why I want a divorce, Marcus. I've had enough. I shook him off and got into the car, not looking back this time. Marcus didn't follow. Instead, he posted a social media post of the family dinner photos without me. The family of 4 looked joyful and harmonious. After I left, Luna took my place next to Marcus. When they made a toast, she deliberately brushed his hand. Their eyes met, and the suggestive atmosphere stung my heart. Below, the comments were only Robert and Eleanor's blessings. We're always a family, never apart. At 1 o'clock in the morning, Marcus returned. I lay in bed, awake, but unwilling to open my eyes. I had given him countless chances. Even I found it ridiculous. Perhaps women are like this. They say harsh words, but their actions always give him an out. I even thought that if he had just left Luna and come after me then, and promised to keep his distance from this sister in the future, we could have continued our marriage. But in the end, my wish wasn't granted. Marcus leaned his hands on the edge of the bed, slowly lowering his head close to my ear. Grace, I know you're still awake. You didn't eat well for dinner. Robert and Eleanor asked me to bring you some. Get up and eat. Receiving no response from Me, he sighed deeply. Actually, Robert and Eleanor treat you as family, too, otherwise, they wouldn't have gone to such trouble the two elders are getting old. What kind of conflict can't be talked through? My hands under the blanket clenched tightly into fists. I tried my best to keep my breathing steady. I was waiting for an apology from him, but unfortunately, even now, he didn't understand. The conflict wasn't between me and Robert and Eleanor, it was a problem between the two of us. I waited for a very long time until someone else was beside me, until the other side of the bed dipped, until his breathing became steady and he completely fell asleep. Still, there was no apology. Watching his back turned away from me, tears suddenly streamed down. Perhaps it really was time to end it at dawn. He got up, washed, and went to work as usual. Before leaving, he kissed my forehead. Good morning, my love. His calm tone made it seem as if nothing had happened yesterday. I watched his departing back. The words I hadn't spoken completely swallowed. Actually, I didn't lie to you. I really was pregnant. For the next 2 days, we were in a silent treatment. He went out, I stayed home. He came back, I left. He still ordered takeout from the same place for me, still without noting no scallions and ginger. If I didn't say anything, he wouldn't even notice I was angry. On the third night, he received a phone call and rushed out. So hurried he even forgot to turn off his laptop. Staring at the screen lit up in the dark, I, as if possessed, sat down at the laptop desk. Chapter 3. WhatsApp wasn't logged out, it was still syncing messages from his cell phone. Only one contact was pinned to the top, labeled Spoiled Princess, and I, his wife, had been pushed to the very bottom by messages from the Sterling group chat. No matter how I scrolled, I couldn't find it. I clicked into the chat box. Luna had called him via voice call 10 minutes ago, followed by a St. Jude's hospital medical record. She had fallen and affected her pregnancy. Brother, is the baby going to be okay? It's my first pregnancy. I don't have experience. Can you come and stay with me? It's all my fault for being careless. I wish I had paid more attention when walking. Marcus always had endless patience and tenderness for this sister. It's okay, I'll be there right away. Don't worry, you've always loved to bounce around since childhood. Now that you're a mother, you still don't know how to be careful. If I'm not watching you, you need to be careful yourself. Luna sent a crying cat emoji. You're scolding me? I'm going to tell the baby you're a bad daddy. Good thing I didn't get married. Imagine if a husband was like you. That would be terrible. I can't change my bad habits. How about you come to my place and watch over me? Marcus was doing beyond belief. All right, whatever my little princess says goes. You're the boss now. When I proposed to you back then, you absolutely refused. Was this what you were worried about? Don't you trust my character, your brother? If it were you, I'd definitely cherish you above all else. Luna, you really are different to me. A tear splattered onto the screen, and I couldn't even make out the words. My cell phone rang once. Marcus sent a message. Urgent holdings business trip. Will be a few days. Take care of yourself. I'll be back. A piercing pain shot through my chest. Those words felt like poisoned arrows, leaving me completely ravaged. So, my presence was merely to occupy the position of a wife. Even our marriage was something Luna had given up to me. I numbly walked out of the room and took down the wedding photo from the wall, staring at Marcus' smiling face in the picture. I remembered what Luna had said during the photo shoot. Brother really chose this wedding dress. I just mentioned it casually. Don't worry, sister-in-law, my brother is very thoughtful. I said I wanted to take wedding photos by the sea, and girls all love romance. He definitely remembered and executed it. So Perfectly, I really envy you, sweet. Memories from the past played out before my eyes, scene by scene, those betrayals and deceptions had always been their subtle clues. I called my lawyer friend. Please prepare divorce papers for me. The husband committed infidelity during the marriage. He is the outfall party. Chapter 4. At dawn, I took a taxi to St. Jude's Hospital for the abortion procedure this child I had wished for. For 2 years he finally came, but it was at the wrong time. After paying the fees, I gently touched my barely noticeable stomach. Baby, don't blame Mommy, I heard nurses gossiping enviously. Is patient 203 really just pregnant? Why is her husband so nervous? He even asked me if our St. Jude's hospital had a labor simulation machine, saying he wanted to experience his wife's labor pain to empathize with her. In my 10 years of work, I've only met one good man like this. Indeed, it's not that happy marriages don't exist, it's just that we don't have that luck. If I met someone like him, I'd snatch him up in a heartbeat and never let go. As if guided by fate, I found myself walking to room 203. A small pane of glass reflected Marcus's anxious profile. A nurse happened to enter to change medication, and he immediately grabbed her. What kind of medicine is this? Are you sure it's safe for a pregnant woman? Luna is pregnant. Don't give her the wrong medication. The nurse was both amused and exasperated. Sir, is this your first time being a father? I've seen husbands who do on their wives, but never one this nervous. Don't worry. This is the obstetrics and gynecology department of St. Jude's Hospital. I am a professional. Luna winked playfully. Brother, did you hear what she said? Honey, Marcus blushed like an inexperienced teenager. I heard. Don't move around. My dead heart felt like it was being dug out and dismembered again. I even forgot to breathe the moment I was about to enter the operating room. I made one last call to Marcus. I want D to ask where he was. I thought pathetically and miserably that as long as he told me the truth, as long as he gave me an answer, I might even consider treating Luna's child as my own. But the phone rang repeatedly in the hospital room. Marcus's frown deepened. Why won't she stop calling? Didn't I say I was on a business trip? Luna said softly. Is it Grace? Maybe you should answer so she doesn't worry. Marcus instantly grew impatient. No need. If I answer, she'll have endless things to say, either asking what I ate or if I slept well last night. It's so annoying. She checks up on me daily. After marriage, those who know say I'm married. Those who don't would think I found myself a mother. Even a mother isn't this nagging. On the 10th call, Marcus simply turned off his cell phone. Luna gently pulled his arm, resting her face against his chest. Brother, I heard that after pregnancy, a woman's body changes, too. Do you want to try? Who has a better figure, me or Grace? You never answered me last time. Were you afraid I'd get angry? I promise I won't be angry. Marcus smiled helplessly and dotingly, flicking her nose. Your figure is the best in the world. Otherwise, how could a reserved person like me always be unable to resist temptation? Grace has no passion at all. Every time we went to bed, it frustrated me to death, like I was just completing a task. My cell phone almost slipped from my hand and fell to the floor. I could accept that my husband didn't love me, that he betrayed me, but I absolutely could not tolerate him demeaning me in front of the third party who was destroying our marriage. It was as if the 2 years of marriage in which I had poured my entire heart were nothing but a joke behind me. The doctor began calling out names. Grace, your procedure can begin. I slowly turned around, no longer able to watch the abortion procedure. Finished 3 hours Later when I came out, the anesthesia hadn't worn off, and I could be a rely. Stand straight as I collected my papers and prepared to leave St. Jude's Hospital. I bumped into Marcus, who was on his way to bring food to Luna. His smile froze on his lips when he saw me, and his face instantly darkened. What are you doing here? Are you following me? Before I could speak, Luna bounced out of the hospital room. Brother, why are you so slow? I'm starving. Sister-in-law, why are you here? Please don't be angry. I asked my brother to take care of me. I lowered my gaze. Just passing by. After all, we're getting a divorce soon, so there's no need for tracking. I leaned against the wall and turned to leave. Luna rushed forward and grabbed me. Sister-in-law, are you still mad? Brother quickly tried to coax her. It was your fault to begin with. Marcus' face completely hardened. Coax her for what? She came here herself. Whose fault is that? It's only right for me to take care of my sister. It's her being so petty. She can't even tolerate my family. Let her be whatever she wants. Turning my back, I took a deep breath, hearing those words with my own ears. There was a strange sense of liberation. I got into the elevator, and Luna followed me in before the doors closed. She spoke with a pretense of concern for us, urgently explaining, Sister-in-law, my brother's words were said in anger. Please don't take them to heart. I'll deal with him for you later. As the elevator doors closed, she forcefully flung my hand away, no longer bothering to act. Grace, you know everything now, don't you? You know, I'm pregnant with Marcus's child. You specifically chased us to St. Jude's Hospital, and after seeing the truth, you should give up. If I hadn't stubbornly refused his proposal back then, do you think my brother would have married you? I didn't. Look at her, scoffing coldly. Oh, really? Well, congratulations, you've taken back that trash. The elevator reached the first floor, and she lunged at me like a mad woman, pulling in two gang. During the struggle, she deliberately fell to the ground. As the doors opened, she began to shout, Brother, brother, quick, save me. My stomach hurt so much. She was convinced Marcus would be so anxious he'd rush down the stairs after us, and indeed, Marcus would never let her lose. Pushing me aside, Marcus scooped her up in his arms. He handed her over to the doctors who had followed him only after watching Luna enter the operating room. Did he turn to glare at me? Oh, Grace, it's time we talked. Let's get a divorce. As you can see, you never listened to my explanations anyway. The sharp pain in my abdomen left me unable to speak. When I tried to walk around him, he snatched my bag and threw it to the ground. Explanations? I saw you push Luna with my own eyes. What more explanation do you need? Divorce, divorce. What else can you do besides threaten me with divorce? Do you really think I wouldn't dare divorce you? Go ahead and divorce me. Don't come crawling back begging me. Later he pushed me away, intent on paying the fees, and I lost my footing, falling to the ground, pulling out the abortion procedure report from my bag. Bystanders and other patient families couldn't stand it. Sir, no matter how angry you are, you shouldn't hit people. Isn't that domestic abuse? Marcus was surrounded, his anger intensifying. Grace, why are you pretending to be pitiful? I didn't even touch you. The doctor who had just performed my abortion procedure came off shift and, seeing the scene, went pale. He rushed forward and pulled Marcus back. What are you doing? The patient just had an abortion procedure. Are you trying to kill her? Chapter 5. Marcus's gaze was fixed on the doctor's face, his pupils suddenly contracting. What did you say? An abortion procedure? The doctor was startled by his furious appearance, but still shielded me. Sir, your wife just had an abortion, and she's very weak. Even if you have conflicts, you should wait until she recovers. An abortion? My wife was pregnant and had an abortion, and I, her husband, only found out from you. Have you ever seen such a shameless wife? Have you ever seen such a pathetic husband as me? Marcus abruptly turned to look at me, clenching his hands so hard they cracked. Grace, you were pregnant. Shouldn't you give me an explanation? I leaned against the wall and stood upright, the pain from the receding anesthesia spreading from my abdomen. Every movement felt like razor blades scraping inside me. When did this happen? He seemed completely oblivious to my distress. He pressed closer, step by step, his bloodshot eyes churning with fury. Why didn't you tell me? I'm your husband. The murmurs from the crowd grew louder, but he seemed not to hear, grabbing my wrist. What you said at the family dinner was true. You really found someone else. This child isn't mine. Tell me, speak. His grip made my bones ache, but I suddenly laughed out loud. Marcus, are you still focused on that even now? Shouldn't I be concerned? He roared, flinging my hand away. What have I done to you, Marcus, that you would debase yourself like this, making me cuckold? He had always been blind to my suffering, yet slightest frown could cause him immense pain. Every single thing was a reason. But now there was no need to say any of these words. The doctor hastily stepped between us. Sir, calm down. The patient cannot be agitated. Get out of the way. Marcus shoved the doctor aside. I want to hear how she explains this bastard child in her belly. Grace, I trusted you so much, never doubted you, but you chose to betray me. How can you face me? I looked at his contorted face, feeling only that my internal organs were spasming. It turned out that in his eyes, all the wrongs I suffered amounted to nothing compared to a baseless accusation of being cuckolded. Explain. I wiped the blood from the corner of my mouth, my voice as soft as a feather. Aren't we getting a divorce? Does it matter whose child it is? What do you mean? He froze. It means I straightened my back, meeting his gaze. You never cared if I was truly pregnant. You only cared if your own reputation was tarnished, just like you never asked if I was tired. You only thought I should always be tolerant of your beloved sister. Even now, the doctor says I'm weak and need rest, but you only press me about whose child I aborted, never once caring about me from start to finish. Grace, he roared, reaching for me, but was held back by the other patient families. What's wrong with this man? An aunt pointed a finger at him, scolding. She just had an abortion. As a husband, not only are you not sympathetic, but you're making a scene here. Exactly how can you treat your wife like that? Marcus struggled and bellowed. What do you know? She was pregnant with someone else's child. I'm a man. I can't tolerate it. Grace, you are utterly shameless. The crowd instantly fell silent, several scornful glances stabbing at me. I'm shameless. I suddenly laughed out loud, broke free from the doctor's support, and slapped Marcus across the face. The sharp slap stunned everyone. What about you? Chapter 6. I pointed at his chest, my voice trembling with anger. Why are you at St. Jude's Hospital? Can you explain it clearly to everyone here? Marcus recoiled half a step, clutching his face, his eyes flustered. I came to pick up Aunt's medicine. Medicine? Aunt's medicine has always been picked up by me. Personally, do you even know where the pharmacy counter is? Marcus, how ridiculous you look lying, don't you? Want to look in a mirror? I sneered. Luna is in room 203, pregnant with your child. If I hadn't come to St. Jude's hospital, I'd still be in the dark. Completely fooled by you. What right do you have to accuse me? His face instantly turned ashen. You know everything? Know what? Know that you said you were on a sterling business trip, but you were actually at St. Jude's Hospital accompanying your pregnant sister, or know that my beloved husband of many years harbors a sordid side I've never seen beneath his gentle exterior. I pressed closer, tears splattering on the floor. When you lay beside me, your mind was on how to care for another woman. Marcus, when you were doing all this, did you think about me for even 1 second? Luna and I were just what? I cut him off. Just siblings? Do siblings sleep in the same bed? Do siblings have a child together? Gasps rippled through the crowd, and those scornful glances immediately turned in his direction. Marcus's face flushed crimson. It's only right for me to take care of my sister. Should I have left her alone at St. Jude's Hospital? So, I should have gone for an abortion procedure alone. I pointed towards the operating room when I was lying there. Just now you were feeding her soup, weren't you? He opened his mouth, but not a single word came out. You said I was paranoid, said I was being unreasonable. I laughed through my tears. But can you honestly say your concern for Luna was truly just brotherly affection? She wore my wedding dress, and you said she was thoughtless. She slept in their marital bed, and you said it was a tradition. She pointed her finger at me and called me a worn-out wife, and you said she was too young. Marcus, in your heart, what do I even mean to you? Do you even remember I'm only 1 year younger than Luna? He suddenly grabbed my arm. Grace, listen to me. Luna and I were an accident. Even if I was wrong first, the child is innocent. Luna just got pregnant. You pushed her. If she lost both the baby and herself, can you bear that responsibility? Don't say accident to me. It makes me sick. I shook off his hand. There's security footage in the elevator. Go watch it yourself to see who started it. Whether you believe me or not is up to you. Anyway, in your heart, I'm always the one who bullies you. Our sister. Marcus, this marriage has been so suffocating. With that, I turned and walked away. This time, he didn't follow. Returning to the empty house, the wedding photo on the wall had already been taken down by me, leaving only a faint, lighter mark. Marcus had lived here for 2 years, but hadn't noticed this anomaly. Perhaps in his heart, besides Luna, everything else was just inconsequential air. My cell phone chimed. It was the divorce papers from my lawyer. I printed them out, signed them, took a picture, and sent it to him, adding a message: please finalize the divorce procedures as soon as possible. Marcus's reply came almost instantly. In 2 years of marriage, this was the only time he responded so quickly, and it was about our divorce. Grace, don't be ridiculous. I don't want a divorce. Let's talk when I get home. I looked at the screen and laughed, throwing my cell phone aside. This wait lasted another entire night. The next morning, my cell phone showed an update on Luna's social media post. The photo showed Marcus in an apron cooking soup in the kitchen with the caption, "Brothers loving breakfast 100 times better than St. Jude's Hospital's." I curled my lips in self-mockery. Even our divorce had to take a back seat to Luna, I'll be moving out this afternoon. I texted him. If you want to discuss the divorce, come back as soon as possible, otherwise, contact my lawyer directly. An hour later, the door locked suddenly. Turn Chapter 7. Marcus rushed in, his eyes bloodshot as he grabbed me. Grace. I'm sorry, I lost my temper at St. Jude's Hospital yesterday. Let go. I emotionlessly pulled away from him. I know I was wrong. He held me tightly. Luna's child was an accident. I was drunk that day. An accident. She insisted on not marrying, and Robert and Ella Laner were pressuring me. He explained urgently. She said she wanted a child, and I was afraid she'd be tricked by some man. I thought, since we're family, why not? Why not you? Yourself? I pushed him away, laughing so hard my body trembled. Marcus, do you think I've gone insane? I thought you would understand, he said anxiously. Let Aunt Eleanor raise the child after it's born, and we can go back to how things were, okay? How things were? I pointed towards the door. Are you talking about how she used to barge in every day, and we'd fight every other day? His eyes flickered. I promise I won't let her bother us again. Did you watch the security footage from the elevator? I asked suddenly. He froze. I was busy taking care of Luna. I haven't had a chance yet. So, you still think I pushed her? I picked up my suitcase. There's nothing more to say. Let's get a divorce. Grace. He grabbed my suitcase. I've explained everything clearly. Why are you still leaving? It's just one child. Do you have to be so petty? Yes, I do. I looked into his eyes, saying each word clearly, I'm not that generous. I can't tolerate my husband having a child with another woman. What about the child in your belly? Then he suddenly roared, no matter whose it is. If you're willing to keep it, I can pretend nothing happened. I felt like I'd heard the biggest joke in the world. That's not generosity, it's because you don't love me at all. I love you. If you loved me, you wouldn't have let me suffer so much. I opened the door. Marcus, it's been 2 years. I've had enough. Luna and I were really just an accident. He roared behind me. As long as the child is born, I'll never see her again. Isn't that enough? I stopped. Turning to face him, I saw your chat logs on your laptop. His face instantly turned ghastly pale. You called her your little princess and said having sex with me was like completing a task. My eyes read. I continued. Were those accidents too? And her wearing my wedding dress, sleeping in their marital bed, and every time you told me to be lenient with her. Marcus, do you really think I don't know? Ning? You never remember that I hate scallions and ginger, but you always remember Luna's seafood allergy. Robert and Eleanor's family dinner never includes seafood. I'm a germaphobe, but you always come in and sit on the couch with your outdoor clothes on, and every time you sit there, I have to clean and disinfect for a long time. Luna can call you late at night saying her stomach hurts, and you'll drop watching a movie with me to go to her. But when it rains and I don't have an umbrella, you're never available when I call. This is your innocent sister. Whether it's intentional or a coincidence, you know better than anyone. He opened his mouth, but for a long time he couldn't speak. I didn't know she would do that. Why did you never tell me these things? Would telling you have made a difference? As I walked out the door, his uncontrolled shouts reached me from behind. If you leave, what about Luna? How will people look at her unmarried and pregnant? Please, I'm begging you, let's talk about divorce after Luna's child is born. Okay? The sarcasm in my heart nearly drowned my reason. He was trying to keep me, not because of love, not because he couldn't bear to let me go. But only because he was afraid Luna's reputation would be damaged. I dragged my suitcase out of the house in your heart. I'll always be last, Marcus. I'm really tired, so very tired. Chapter 8. After that day, Marcus started calling me frantically one drunken night, his voice thick with emotion. Grace, I was wrong, please come back. I hung up directly and blocked all his contact information, leaving only one message: contact my lawyer if you need anything. The next day, Aunt called, her tone softer than ever before. Grace, Aunt knows she was wrong. We were too lenient with Luna before. She's pregnant with Marcus's child. We just found out too. She sighed. Look, she's just a young girl. We can't let her raise the child alone, can we? Marcus still cares, about you in his heart. I'm begging you, please don't get a divorce. If he cared about me in his heart, he wouldn't have betrayed me. I said calmly. Congratulations to you both. You're about to become grandparents. That's wonderful. As for me, Marcus's nominal wife, there's no longer any need for my existence. A sharp crash came from the other end. Her cell phone seemed to have been thrown to the ground. Uncle's furious voice cursed. This is simply unreasonable. Now what? Are we really going to let Luna raise the child by herself? How could Marcus fail to keep a woman happy? If I'd known it would come to this, we should have just let Luna be our daughter-in-law from the start. What a waste of time. Once the baby is born, our family will be completely shamed by the neighbors. If people find out about her and Marcus, how will we ever show our faces in public again? And quickly tried to interject. Stop talking. The phone's still on. It was all about Luna again from the very beginning. I had never truly fit into this family, what I once yearned for, but never had. I no longer cared about. I proactively hung up the phone and blocked all of the Sue family's numbers. I heard that Marcus was like a madman during that time, shutting himself in his room all day. Luna called him, trying to sweet talk him, but he didn't go to St. Jude's Hospital. Once he just said coldly, don't bother me, when called for the 10th time. She guessed that Marcus and I were having problems and heading for divorce. Brother is really angry. Didn't you explain it to her? Women are usually so easy to pacify. Actually, I've wanted to say this for a while, but I feel like Grace, she's too petty and she's just not suitable to join the Sue family. I often caught her secretly talking bad about Aunt to her friends, but back then you liked her and I was afraid of affecting your relationship, so I didn't dare say anything. The veins on Marcus' hands bulged and his forehead throbbed. He didn't believe I was the malicious person Luna claimed I was, but once the seed of doubt is planted, it will grow wild and spread. Later, he went to St. Jude's Hospital, not to see Luna, but directly to the security office. When he saw the security footage of Luna deliberately falling, he sank to the floor and cried like a child. He drank heavily that day and suddenly remembered the only time we had been intimate. The previous month he had been completely drunk and remembered nothing. When he woke up, as the image resurfaced in his mind, his breath hitched. He frantically found my lawyer friend, asking tremblingly, Grace, she didn't actually cheat, did she? The lawyer looked at him and sighed. Grace has never had another man in her life besides you. I've known Grace for many years. You were her first love, but you hurt her deeply. At that moment, Marcus completely broke down. He rushed to Sterling only to find out that I had already resigned to prepare for pregnancy. A colleague said Grace was on track for a promotion, but she gave it all up because she wanted to have a baby. You're her husband and you're the one she loves most. You should talk to Grace when you have a chance. She shouldn't throw away her career. He went To the spoon where we had our first date, the street corner where we first held hands, every place where we had made memories, but he could no longer find a trace of me. Our next meeting was at the courthouse. I presented the chat logs from his laptop and Luna's pregnancy test report and calmly stated, I demand a divorce. Marcus cheated on me during our marriage and should leave. With nothing, Marcus kept his head down the entire time. It wasn't until the judge brought down the gavel that he finally looked up at me. His voice was hoarse. Are we really going to do this? I didn't answer. The day I received the divorce decree, he sent me a text message. It was from a new number. Grace, I've taken care of Luna's bab. Why? Please come back. I'll give you anything. After reading it, I immediately blocked the number and booked the earliest plane ticket to go overseas. I heard that Marcus later moved back to that empty house. The unkempt rooms were covered in dust. Wrinkled clothes were piled on the sofa, and the refrigerator only held expired milk. He often sat in the empty living room, staring blankly at a light cold mark on the wall. Neighbors said they often heard him crying in the middle of the night. They told me not to just focus on work and to come home and visit. Sometimes to this day, he still kept the news of our divorce a secret from everyone, but none of it concerned me anymore. Some people once lost or lost forever. Late affection means nothing. Thank you for watching today's story. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and share it with your friends. We look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments section. Feel free to share your opinions and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting stories. See you next time.